Okay, never mind.
That recording again? Must be that Sheen guy. All the way up there in Canada, eh? He's got the big radio. The big radio. Roger, that Sheen guy.
What's your call? Cacao.
My cacao. Victor, America 3. Golf. Foxtrot.
What's your call? Situation normal, 7200. Hello, Radio Land. Hello, 7200. Hello, KR4IF, Virginia Beach.
Yellow tree.
I got my fridge.
Do you hear something leaking?
Hey, Sean, you hear the way they all kick up? They all kick up a little dust when I key up there, Roger.
Sean, you better crank it up, Jeff. They're not hearing you, man. I got this maul on you.
There's more unidentified radio stations on 7200 you could shake a stick at. And to think you're going to create some kind of net on 7200 is
no nets here tonight.
is just a little bit funny.
Roger on the Virginia Beach.
You didn't make the news.
Oh my goodness.
He's in Baluchi. Hey, Virginia Baluchi.
You talking to me, Sean?
You better crank it up, Jeff. You're getting your bridges dusted.
I got a lot of QR Mary down here, Sean, for sure.
You better spin your dipole, man, because you're dirty shit.
I got more QR Mary than you can shake a stick at down here.
You can shake a stick.
Dude, I wouldn't worry about the QR. You've got a big
Queer Mary there. You don't sound like you're on your regular radio.
I don't have it. I don't have the bandwidth up high as I kind of do sometimes. Maybe. Hang on. Hello. I cranked up the bandwidth a little bit more there, Roger. How's that doing? Everything else looks all right.
Astronomical big shit.
There's got to be at least a dozen people out here. What's your call?
WD-40.
Hey, Jeff.
WD-40?
Yeah, man, he's a water display.
Dang you. I think I've talked to WD-40 and you ain't him. How come the WD-40? I don't think that's you, man. You're perpetrating a fraud out there on the 7200 radio frequency.
Dude, that's not you, man.
It's a vanity call, and I guess WD-40 actually died and he picked it up or something like that. Am I correct in that assumption?
Shut up, queer. What's your rear battery on the frequency?
There was a WD-40. Shut up, Sheriff. There's also a K9 but I don't think this WD-40 is the real WD-40.
Shit to the door. Angry grandma just shit a little more.
Stand up.
Constantly smoking cigarettes. Every other word that comes out of her mouth is shit fucking. Mine. Hello, Charlie 2, Quebec Yankee Mike. Kilo Charlie 2, Quebec Yankee Mike. Victor
KB4YHO.
Victor America 3, Golf Foxtrot
The
Yankee. Ottawa, Canada.
KC2 Yankee Mike sounds oddly familiar to that WD-40 guy just a moment ago. I'm just saying, just pointing it out.
Not Sean Chartland. Holy jeez. Okay, that wasn't that Sheen guy out there in Canada. That wasn't him, eh?
I know Sean. I know Sean. Sean's a friend of mine. And you ain't no Sean. Oh yeah, the band's starting to come around a little bit, Sean.
Right on. But there was a big solar flare night.
Yeah, I heard about that solar flare. Bombarded by some cosmic rays and this and that.
Who are interested in tropical weather and whose lives depend on forecasts, which is a big area of Central Florida right now, because this is a unprecedented storm. The thing about Helene, and again, that's what I studied, was meteorology, and so I really look at these systems and storms, and the thing about Hurricane Helene that almost no one's talking about, and it's really kind of obvious when you think about it, why in the world is there so much destruction and fatalities and just damage so far inland? I mean, we're talking almost up to the Kentucky border of Tennessee. And, it's way north. You're not hearing much about the Big Bend, or what they call the Nature Coast in Florida, or Tallahassee, or Atlanta, or the suburbs. Now, they got hit, and they got damage, and there were fatalities, not to minimize those, but nothing on a scale of what happened several hundred miles north, or as the hurricane flies, about 150 miles north. I'm thinking of driving a car. But point to point, 150 to 200 miles north, there, all of that focused carnage. And the answer to that is because before Helene made landfall, there was an upper level low pressure, and if you know about low pressures, they spin counterclockwise. High pressure spin clockwise. So you had a vortices, a vortex, a spin in the very upper atmosphere. And that was sitting there, what was called a cutoff low. It was sitting there not moving. Stationary. Very powerful. Up in the upper atmosphere, up where planes fly, 40, 50, 60,000 feet. Spinning. And I want you to think about that as if there's suction involved in that rotation. And now go back down the Gulf where Helene is, and her counterclockwise rotation that is rotating copious amounts of moisture to the north of the storm. Well, guess what happened? It got entrained. That's the meteorological term. That moisture became entrained in the rotation of that upper low. Now remember, this is all surface low with Helene, upper low in Tennessee. Now what happens when you lift air? Well, when you lift air, it condenses, and the moisture, it's like a sponge. You get a big old sponge you wash your car with, and you make it damp, hold it up, it's not going to drip any water. It's in the sponge. But now if you put that sponge on the ground and step on it, well, a bunch of water's going to run out, maybe some suds with it. Well, that's what happens in the atmosphere when you compress. So all of that moisture was coming up and getting compressed into the upper atmosphere, and you had the additional enhancement of what's called upsloping, and that's the surface air that's being lifted because of the Appalachian Mountains. So you had all of this lifting and compression, and that resulted in days and days and days of just torrential rains all up and down the spine of the Appalachian Mountains. And then Helene moved in with all of her rain, and the weakened roots of all these waterlogged trees now had that wind that would blow many of them down. So that is why so much of this damage happened inland. And I've yet to hear anybody explain, except Dr. Cowan, and that's where I learned this from, was from one of his videos. So, he kind of gets beyond what you hear on the television, but he explains it the way I just explained it to you in very layman's terms to help you understand in a way that's not designed to try to make me seem smart. It's just to help you. It's called teaching, right? Good teachers, that's what they do. They pay it forward. So tropicaltidbits.com. I promise you will be impressed with what you find at that site. All right, 7-3, David, stay well, and maybe I'll catch up with you after I go up to Duke and see Dr. Roccos, R-O-C-O-S, and that's the big house, the Duke Spine Center, and we'll hope that he can literally get me straightened out. I used to be 6'4", and they measured me the other day. I'm 6'1.5". I just need to get my belly to shrink. I saw one of my cycling buddies not long ago. He's like, "My God, what's happened to you?" I said, "I've traded my handlebars for hamburgers with a big slab of cheese on them." November Alpha 4 Lima, 7-3.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mark, you're a very interesting individual to speak with, and there's no way that I would know what all those terms are, but you did explain it to me, and I did understand it. I like the throwing the sponge in. That kind of told me what you were talking about. That's a very, very good description that I could understand. And my hat's off to you there, and I hope you get squared away. I really do. I'm going to be praying for you from now on. I've got a bunch of people that I pray for every night when I go to bed, and you're going to be on the top of the list there, young man. You never did tell me how old you was. But and there was something else I wanted to say. I have, and I don't know if we want to talk about this over the radio, but I'm just going to say this: Have you heard anything? Well, you can't say. Forget I said that. Not over the radio. Listen, I'm gonna let you go, and maybe we can talk sometime. I'd like to meet you, sir. And I was just saying, you're amazed. It's what you were telling me back that was actually happening, and you still remembered it. That just blows me away. And the other thing I'm going to tell you, then I'm going to let you go. When I left the hospital down there, I had a Walmart bag full of get well cards and hope you're feeling better and all that good stuff. I just had that's just from Hams. That was just from Hams. I had another bag that had other stuff in it that was with me, but I kept my ham stuff separate, and I've still got it in my gun locker. And every now and then I take it out and I look through it. So anyway, 73 to you, Mark. I'll be thinking about you, man, and love to meet you someday. Take care of yourself, and like I said, I hope things go good at the doctor's office. This ain't for you.
All right, very good. Yeah, your daughter, she was so sweet and brave, because that was a couple of days after the event. And I have two daughters, and I would hope they would be as brave. And I was really trying to be sure I wasn't intruding, but she did give me your room number and address. That all went back to the night watch, and so but yeah, when you speak to her, I bet she'll remember talking to me. We had a nice little chat, and I just kept telling her, well, let me let you go. She's like, no, it's fine. She says, here's Daddy, and I believe she called you Daddy, and we just had a few words there, but they had you on the good stuff. All right, well, listen, great to hear from you again, and next time you see a sponge, you can remember my little story telling there. But I appreciate you as I do so many others, and I'm glad that this evening brought us together here on the radio, and I would love to get together with you up there in God's country. I used to have a place down on the Parkway below Glendale Springs there. It's kind of below Jefferson there. I bet you knew Adam up there. Boy, I miss him. And but anyway, all right, yeah, I got a couple stations that signed in here, and I'm going to get to them. 7-3, David. And Mr. Michael, K4BFR, over at the Rocket Shop, Bushy Ford, Kirtle Mills, North Carolina. Good to see you pop up on the list, sir. How are you?
Good to see you, Art.
I'm doing
pretty
okay, I guess. I got up this morning, made it to the coffee pot without injury or illness. So it's been a good day all the way around, Roger.
Well, there you go. And boy, you're going to love tomorrow and Wednesday. That you want to talk about a weather feature. If you put the radar in motion up there in Canada, east of the Hudson Bay, there is a low pressure area up there that's every bit of several hundred miles in diameter, and that's pulling down a bunch of air that's running down the East Coast here. So we're going to have a nice fall preview, low humidity, cooler temperatures, and I think I'm ready for that. How about you?
Oh, yes, sir. I am definitely ready for the cooler temperatures. I looked at that little system up there, and the first thing popped in my head was that movie Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah, it was giant. I mean, we pull it back up now, but it was absolutely gigantic yesterday, and it had a little bit of blue on the back side of it, and it's a forecast to bring some snow up to Maine and Mount Katahdin, Mount Washington. They're going to get their first flakes of the season up there, but yeah, that was an unusually large, powerful system there. But we'll be the beneficiaries of it there with a nice fall preview. All right. Well, listen, good to hear you. And was chatting there. I'm sure you were hearing some of that with David up in Hillsville. There, he took quite a spill a few years back, and just a very beloved ham. And a family to go along with it there. He's got one impressive daughter. All right, November Alpha 4 Lima is his call, and K4BFR, you're in yet another log. Good to hear from you, Michael.
Thank you, Mark. I'll get a little envelope pointed in your direction here the next couple of days. Load it up with as many cards as you can when you do it. I'll talk at you later, sir. K4BFR, back to you.
Okay, all right. I'll look for that. Thank you kindly, sir. Let's see. Let me see. I believe we talked. Kilo Echo 8 Whiskey Alpha. We already worked, didn't we? Yeah, I got a backdate. I didn't log him is my problem. So let me backdate that, probably about 30 minutes. I bet Dave and I were talking. Very enjoyable. Glad to catch up with him. All right, so that'll bring me to Clint. Kilo Charlie 8, Echo Hotel Romeo, if you are there, good evening.
Hey, good evening there, Mark. Yes, I am. Just got home probably about 30 minutes ago. Been a busy day. This morning I had to spend time on, I spent about 4 to 6 hours, I say 5 hours on taking some online courses for work, and for apparently some federal background checks and everything else. Gonna build an incident command room for a business up here. So yeah, it was kind of a little bit of an intense situation. I'm doing all right, and then I had a job meeting today pertaining to that project kickoff meeting. Got that squared away. I think, I don't know if I told you, we had to put a dog down about a week ago, and my son and his wife had 2 dogs, and they're looking to get rid of one, so brought one of them home. He's a blue tick named Elmer. They had 2 blue ticks. The other one, his name was Fudd. Elmer and Fudd. And so we got Elmer. He's home here with us, and we still have our husky. So back to 2 dogs, which is good. I like that. I'd like to have 4, to be honest with you, but 2 is fine. 2 is all Mama wants right now. And thought I'd come down here, fire up the radio, see if you're around here, and give you another check-in and say hello. And plus I'm going to start up a CW net here as well. Pass it back to you, Mark. Over.
All right, absolutely. Well, thank you, and just let me know, and I'll get you updated on the website. It's been a really rough day today. The remnants of that powerful X-Class flare from a few days ago. It's kind of interesting. They forecast the solar sludge to affect HF bands over the weekend, and it didn't. Well, then they sounded the all clear. Kevin up at Solarham was like, well, I guess it's not coming. It's not like we have sensors in space between here and the sun, right? So a lot of this stuff is wait and see. Well, guess what arrived today in abundance? It just absolutely paralyzed the HF bands. And if that's not enough, sport fans, go to solarham.com and feast your eyes on what just fired. Not one, but a double X-Class flare fired, I believe it's by the same active region that fired the X9, the strongest flare of cycle 25. And here we have a double hitched dual X-Class. So we'll see what kind of solar sludge that's going to bring us. So solarham.com, that is a website I recommend every ham to bookmark. And if you experience kind of weird conditions on the band, not hearing people, a lot of times you can go to that site and find out why. Because those flares, when they fire, it paralyzes the D layer, and then the ENFs are affected by the EME that comes a few days later. And boy, aren't we all ready for that to come to an end. Cycle 25 shows no sign of stopping. Maybe this is permanent. I hope the sun's not going to blow up. Nobody's actually, on that note, just to calm everybody down, our sun is, in its lifetime, the scientists say, is the most stable that it's ever been. Well, then why is it spitting these flare spitballs at us? Stop it. All right, Kilo Charlie 8, Echo Hotel Romeo. Do something, Clint. 7-3.
Right on there, Mark. You know, I don't know if you've ever heard of, I'm sure you have, probably heard of Ham Clock. I do have that up, and right now it's telling me the sunspot number it was giving me, and also the GO16 X-ray level at M3.6. Gives me the solar influx, images of the sun. Like it actually looks like you can see the holes that were facing us, so it's giving us all this whole bunch of ugliness. But actually, yeah, I got a graph here that tells me the solar wind, you know, from now to the last 25 hours, basically the last day, last 24 hours. But pretty sweet. I just sent you a picture of it. It has a bunch of windows on it. They most of them, some of them toggle through, and gives me different tidbits of information. So I try to watch it. Don't understand all of it entirely, but I'm learning. But it's really nice little, I think, nice little handy tool. I think every ham shack should have one in it. All right, well, I'll fire off a text to you, or I'll drop something in the AIM window and let you know where I'm going to be. Probably right here on 40 down there, maybe 70-20 or 70-73 or something like that. I'll let you know for sure when I get down there and find somewhere nice and quiet. Thanks for picking me up, Mark. 73, God bless, and I'll talk to you later. Well, we have what? 40. How much more time we got left? 15 minutes?
Yeah, that was the official termination Zero Zulu here, but I got a request from the Ole Miss Net to extend for them, so I said sure. I mean, you know, there's no hard stop. It's just, you know, I've got to get some sleep. It's been since Friday. I got some sleep Friday night, but I'm running on low batteries here, and of course, you know, I'm involved with the administrative stuff, and but you know, I'm committed to getting this story out there. But yeah, you're right. It was supposed to end here in just a few minutes. Beth just secured. I got her message about a minute ago. She was up on 7237. And Bob is wanting to activate FT8. I'm getting ready to send him a message to green light him. Because if Ole Miss is going, I mean, why not? And we are trying to reach a certain milestone, not for any particular reason. But anyway, it's just a number. It's not about the numbers, it's the content. Just like with a hurricane, it's not about the wind speed. It's about the impacts. It's all about impacts. All right, KC8 EHR 73. Thanks, Clint.
All right, Mark, not a problem. Thank you. And I'll chat with you later further down the log. And I'll send you off a text here shortly. K4M and the wonderful special event for the Battle of Kings Mountain. This is KC8 EHR.
All righty, 7-3. Terrence, Dave Isson, Michigan, Kilo Echo 8, Zulu, Kilo Zulu. If you're there to check in, I'm here to help you make that happen. How copy? I believe he signed out, it looks like, from the NetLogger window. All righty, y'all stand by. I need to send a quick text message here.
K4V checking in.
One second. All right, I got a FT8 activation that's looking for permission to go beyond the planned end time, so no problem. All right. Okay, so Kilo 4 Mike, Battle of Kings Mountain Special Events Station, listening for your full call sign. Phonetically, please call now.
Yeah, Kilo 4 Victor Charlie, checking in with K4 Mike, over.
There's Norman. Norman, how are you?
Doing fine. I about forgot you tonight, Mark. Have you heard Ken tonight?
No. I heard Michael just a minute ago, K4BFR, over the rocket shop. I always try to make him happy because he can fire them rockets at me, over.
Yeah, I heard old Michael over at the rocket shop checking in. I'm not talking to Ken today. Well, I did this morning on the repeater, but I guess he's going to check in tonight, Bob. I need to call him there, over.
Well, feel free to, but good to hear from you. Did you check in with Chuck this morning?
No, I overslept this morning. I didn't even check in yet or why on that E1, Mark. I just plumb lazy this morning. I didn't even feel like getting out of bed.
Yeah, well, I'm going to sleep till Thursday. Well, I can't. I got doctor's appointments all week, but I got to go get my driver's license updated. It expired on Friday, and I made my 4th trip to a driver's license office. And each one of them, they told me that I was there in plenty of time. And do you know that they all locked the door on me at 5 o'clock? And I pitched a fit up there, and I drove to Reidsville Friday. Got there at 3 o'clock. They said it's about an hour wait, and I got this little electronic text message, and it confirmed that. Well, it got to be, about 3:30, and it still said an hour wait. Well, now the cheese is binding. You've heard that saying. You got to be a quarter till 4. Hour wait. 4 o'clock. Saying still an hour wait. I'm like, so I go and peek in there, and what it was, there was this whole line again. I ran into this in Greensboro and over in Graham, North Carolina. See, I've been driving all these, because I just can't spend the whole day at a DMV. I'm doing well enough to get there at 2 and 3 o'clock. And by 5, 4 times. And I'm not overtly trying to make a political statement here, but I'm going to tell you what the problem is. It's immigrants. And I'm not saying it's illegals or legals. I'm just talking about them from a standpoint they don't speak English. And they give you a number in there, like B235. And they start calling these numbers, now serving B235. Well, if you got people in there from Italy and France and Mexico or wherever else, they don't understand English. And there's the examiner sitting back there at kiosk number 3 is the one that and he's not helping anybody. 5 minutes go by, he's just sitting there. 10 minutes go by, I went up to there, I said, excuse me, ma'am, that examiner is available. I've called a number. Do you have B235? I said, no, ma'am, and I don't believe anybody else does. She says, well, somebody does, and they might be on a road trip or a road test. I says, do you mean to tell me that you send people out on a road test and y'all don't communicate so that you can call somebody else and this gentleman back there is sitting idle? I'm like, what is going on here? And finally, B235 is identified, and they were sitting right there in front of us. So see, Norman, if it's in French, I speak enough French, I can tell you that is Bay deux trois cinq. Now you tell me, does Bay deux trois cinq sound like B235 to you? No. That whole system, and of course what they're doing is they're trying to get their license so they can go vote in November. That's the big push. I don't know, Norman. If I ever get elected president, I'm going to say that you have to at least speak basic English in order to vote or have an interpreter with you. What do you think about me running for office on that platform? Over.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Mike. This KK4V Stage Friday. I tell you, it's ridiculous anymore. I just don't understand what they're trying to prove here, Mark. But I guess they're trying to drum up the vote so that they'll win the election.
I'll vote for you, Mark, to Senate 4L.
Kilo 8, November, Echo, I'll vote for you, Mark.
Hey, all right, good deal. I got my constituency. Well, my usual heckler isn't here. He's been making the rounds, finding me. There's some guy out here that, let me just put it this way, I don't believe his mama loved him very much. I believe he was rejected at birth. Now, usually you can't tell a mother her baby's ugly, but I believe this mama made it exceptional on this one fella there. All right. Well, thank y'all. That warms my heart, but I ain't running. If I'm running anywhere, it's to American Samoa, depending on who wins this election. And I'm not going to get into that. But, yeah, American Samoa, check it out. All the people down there are fat and smiling and happy, and it's 75 degrees every day, and there's no bugs. Too far for them bugs to fly. And their main industry there is pineapple, and I love me some pineapple. I put pineapple on my pizza. I know that offends some of y'all. Okay, we got a CW activation that is cranking up. And y'all bear with me here because I need to make an administrative update here on the Kilo 4 mic page. And that's going to be activation number 27. Well, we're getting up there on activations, aren't we? Now, where's Clint? He told me. He's on 7070. I like that. That's easy. 70. Well, if it was easy, I would have remembered the first time I read it, wouldn't it? 7070 megahertz CW. And NCS is Clint. KC8EHR.
Hey, Mark.
And let's see, we got Beth. I need to secure her activation. And she was up 40 meters, racking and stacking them, doing a great job. So grateful for her help.
Hey, Mark.
All right, and then
Kilo 8, November, Echo.
All right, looking good. So if y'all go to the Kilo 4 mic page, you can see those updates if you care to. And last step here is always like to spot on DX Summit. And I'm almost finished here with these tasks. And that's 7070. CW. And battle of Kings Mountain. Johnson. SES, Special Event Station. Spotted. All right, and then give Clint confirmation. Done. Whew, I got to automate that. I tried to work with the guy to help me write some scripts for that, but he told me he could do it, then he disappeared on me. All right, what was I doing? Oh, Norman, I never cleared with you. Norman, forgive me. KK4VCH, you know how I am. My old two brain cells. 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3, Mark. Appreciate you running the net. Special event. It's been a good net. And I'll see you later, KK4VCH. I'll be clear of K4 Mike. Over. Oh, by the way.
All right, 7-3. Norman, thank you for being here. I'll keep a lookout for Ken. Terry said he tried to respond, but no QSL. Kilo Echo 8, Zulu, Kilo Zulu. Try again, Terry.
Yeah, this is Kilo 8, Kilo Echo 8.
Oh, yeah. I did call you earlier, and now I have a copy on you. You're 5x5, North Carolina. Really appreciate you sticking around there to get in the Kilo 4 Mike log, and mission accomplished. Over.
Thank you. So in North Carolina can hear us. Chicken area down there, and to get some information. So I think it's an over there. And that's for people who talk to. So I appreciate you coming back to that. Thank you.
All right, very good. Well done. And please visit the Kilo 4 Mike page where you can gaze upon that outstanding QSL card you are now eligible for. It's only $20. No. It is free. We do not mix money with history. Donations keep us going. All right. Kilo Echo 8, Zulu, Kilo Zulu, 7-3.
Kilo 8, November, Echo, Echo.
Oh my gosh. I believe am I hearing things? I believe I heard Dennis. Kilo 8, November, Echo, Echo. Start the presses, Clyde, North Carolina. Well heard. Good evening, Dennis.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, buddy. I got to get in and out. I got to get the wife in the shower. I got the generator running. We got that appointment with the orthopod down there and down around Bat Cave tomorrow morning. We got to get in and out real quick. Thank you. I tell you what, I was real worried about not getting in here for this special event last night, and I appreciate what you said to me this morning and your thoughts and prayers for us, buddy. I appreciate it very much.
Hey, no problem. My pleasure. So I guess if I was going to turn the net over to you, this isn't a good night to do it, is it?
Possibly not, brother. But I tell you what, I appreciate everything you've done. I appreciate all the efforts that you put into this. I love what you've done, and I did not want to miss this card for anything in the world. I'm going to get the last one, too, buddy.
All right, we'll talk more in a couple of weeks, hopefully, the Kilo 4 Yankee event. All right, on your way. Kilo 8, November, Echo, Echo. All the best to your XYL there, Dennis. So appreciate you making the effort.
7-3, brother. God bless, and I would vote for you. Let me put it to you like that.
Well, I appreciate it. You know, I've often thought that if somebody ran for office and really used an intimate knowledge of the formation, the history, and the Patriot story, that they'd probably do well. But anyway, thanks. Get out of here.
7-3,
all right,
brother. Thank you a lot.
Here is Kilo 4 Mike, not running for office. Listening for your full call sign phonetically, please call now.
Kilo Yankee 4, Echo Juliet.
All right, there's a Sierra Delta station. station. Stand by, please. First heard, I think, is Jeff in Richfield. Kilo Yankee 4 Echo Juliet. Is that correct?
Roger. 20 over 9 down here in Stanley County.
All right, good to hear from you again. We've talked before, and and I know that because I just recognize your voice. Well, I guess I could say your accent. That's okay because God talks like we do. Over.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, it's a unique voice. I usually recognize people more by the voice than their call sign anyhow. But you're doing a great job here tonight. Thanks for the special event there, and I'll let you get to the next ones there. 73s, my friend.
All right. Well, 7-3. Thank you for being here, Jeff. All the best. The Sierra Delta station, your full call?
Kilowatt Delta 2. Let's do
All right. I believe that might be Tony, Hudson Falls, New York, and your call is familiar to me. You've checked in with us before, right?
I may have. I'm not sure if that's showing up on my log here, but I've been listening to you for a little bit here, Mark, and you've got a lot of interesting things to say. Not just for the specialist observation and everything, but your commentary about the first thing, and that's what held my interest. I've been listening to you on and off for a while tonight.
Boy, you sure have, because I haven't talked about that in a few minutes. But go ahead. What are your thoughts about tropical weather, the hurricane, or questions? I'll do my best to answer. Over.
What I did was, I copied when we were talking about FEMA, getting in the way and everything, and typical government, but more interesting was how you labeled it apocalyptic, and that there's no news coverage. And it's interesting to me that there is, I don't follow the regular news, to be honest with you, because I can't deal with the propaganda that they feed us on any network. But so I took up bits and pieces here and there and everything. And I've been getting some information from locals in the North Carolina area off of a couple of different maps that just happen to be listening and scanning the frequencies and find somebody. Real news of people with feet on the ground. It's quite disturbing that we keep on getting the help from the government that they should do. And also the news that I heard that Mount Ferris was instrumental in, I forget the name of the company that wants to mine the lithium that's supposedly under the mountains there. So I know that the government's been working on changing the weather and weather patterns and stuff like that. And back in the 50s, they started shooting clouds, and it was supposed to be a good thing. And it was, I guess, in the beginning, being developed for the good, to help out the crops and stuff like that. But somebody decided that greed and power and everything else has kind of gotten in the way, and I think they've weaponized weather control, and to me it's looking that way, because why are we getting Category 4, Category 5 hurricanes only coming out of the Gulf, when supposedly the climate change is for real? It's happening all over the world. That's over in India. I mean, that's pretty close to the equator. I think it's cut through the equator, the Indian Ocean, Indonesia, stuff like that. Why aren't they getting storm after storm? That's my big question. So I'll send it back to you, P4, and your legal call sign is W4OVP from KDTVSC.
Yeah, that's it. I'll tell you what, I need to ask a favor. My dog's giving me a look here, and he'll leave me a puddle if I don't respond. So if you could hold the frequency here, if anybody asks us to send use, if you could let them know that it is, and I'll be back there, and I'd really appreciate it. And it'll be about probably 2 minutes. It's Kilo 4 Mike pausing the net, and I'll address some of what you're talking about when I get back best I can. K4A back shortly.
Roger. Hold the court here. KDT
maybe somebody will want to give their thoughts about the points you were raising there. I'll be back.
This NA4L, I'll keep you busy while Mark's gone there. My name is Dave, D-A-V-E, and I'm in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, sir. And I didn't get your call, over.
My call sign is Kilo Delta 2, Victor Sierra Delta, and I didn't catch your call sign.
Okay, Kilowatt Delta 2, Victor Sierra, what was the last one? Okay, very good. And I didn't get your name either. You can give me that in a minute. My call is November Alpha for Lima, North America for Lovers. Over.
Roger, I copy for Lima, and my name is Oscar November Wilson. Eastern New York, northern sector of Eastern New York, in the at 20 miles straight north of New York City. So we're quite away from the city. And we're near the anything that happened during the hurricane. Although our daughter does live out in Greenville, South Carolina. Fortunately for everybody, she is up here for a wedding and spending the next few weeks. They got a pile of rain and some winds and everything, but nothing near the devastation that North Carolina got. The power was out for several days, about a week actually, and they just got home and fortunately they were making images everything in her hometown. But I'll send it back to you, Dave, for your comments. NA4L from KD2VSB.
Yeah, okay. And Mark, if you can hear me, when you get back there, just let me know and I'll get out of the way. And I didn't give you my name, Tony. My name is Dave, Delta Alpha Victor Echo. My friends call me Dave. Mama wanted to call me. When I knew I was in trouble when she hollered out David Charles, because Charles is my middle name. That's happened to a lot of people I know, and she was hanging right in there with everybody else too. But I was blessed. You know, I had something good going on, and at the time I didn't realize it. I do now. And anyway, very good on your daughter there. I hope. Well, I'm glad she got back to her home and found no damage. That's absolutely great. And you know, you don't hear a whole lot of people talking about the representation of weather as a weapon. It's starting to float to the top. And sometimes I wonder about that too, Tony.
Yeah, right. I've been looking at it and thinking about it. I mean, realistically, why, with all this rhetoric about the oceans are going to be rising, all the glaciers are melting, we're going to be, Manhattan's going to be underwater, this, that, and the other thing, and people like Barack Obama and all these Russians are buying up oceanfront property like it's going out of style. Why would they be doing that if they actually believe that the oceans are going to rise and they're going to be underwater? Especially, that they're saying most of Florida is going to be underwater because of glacier melt and so on and so forth. It's all to suck money out of our pockets to scare tactics, and they perpetuate it with the weaponization of the weather and everything. You can look up the ARC project, HAARC, and they're in the atmosphere with frequencies and screwing everything up here. And it's, people call me a conspiracy theorist, but man, I'll tell you what, these conspiracies are coming true one after another as people discover it, and they can't trust it. just can't trust it. Facebook can't trust it. It's just too many coincidences, and I don't believe in coincidences anymore. I think everything is orchestrated. And this upcoming election is going to be orchestrated too. Kamala Harris is going to be installed. She's not going to be elected. I can't believe that there's 80 million people. I can't believe that there's 80 million people that voted for Joe Biden, but that's what they said after they jumped on the call. Like I know how to do these charts. And things don't happen like that. Peter Home, back to you, Len. NA4L from KBC-GSC.
Okay, I was dragging my feet there. I thought Mark might be back. I've just started hearing about it recently, and you don't hear about anything like that on the news. And it's mostly when you have people that get together and they start thinking about all these stuff. I'm talking about smart people too, really high IQ people. They start talking about this stuff, and that's what happened to me. I wasn't even in the conversation. I was actually we were at a restaurant, and the people on the next table were discussing it, and boy, my antennas were up, Tony, and I was listening to all of that, and then I got to thinking about it, and I say, wow, that kind of makes some sense to me, and I need to do a little more research on that. And this has only happened like 3 or 4 months ago that this is I heard this conversation, and I don't know who it was. It was 2 gentlemen, and they were talking exactly what you're talking about there. And I had not heard of I wrote it down, HARP. I'll have to check that out too and see what they got on that. But after seeing what happened to Asheville up there, I real quick, I'll tell you a little short story and turn it back over to you and Mark there. I don't want to hold you guys up, but I thought it would help you hold on to the frequency. This couple, looks like they were in their 30s. They videoed. They kept a video log of each day, and these people were two people that were in an orchestra, and they had a gig in Asheville on Saturday night, and they had checked the weather, and they said, nothing big happening, and everything should be fine. Well, they got up there about 3 o'clock in the morning on, it would be early Saturday morning from Friday night, and they got up and they looked out, and they said water was running everywhere, the wind was crazy, and they got on the camera, and they started on the cameras. They started talking about it and taking pictures of what was going on and the gas lines, and the people. They actually left one place that had some gas because they started hearing gunshots, and they had that all on tape. Not the people that were doing it; they were just hearing it. You could hear the shots in the background, and it took them. I think they finally got out of Asheville Sunday, and evidently live in Charlotte or have people in Charlotte. And they got back down there with them, and but it was almost an hour long, just documenting. They tell what day it is and all that good stuff, and you could keep up with where they were at and trying to get out. They tried to get out earlier. All all the roads were blocked, Interstate 40, Interstate 26, and even the back roads, which I can see the back roads happening because I got in a winter storm. Had to go get a lady that got caught out in it, and we went the back roads, and I got lucky. Somebody had just been up through there before me, and had cut all the trees out of the way. And I already had my butt kicked for even thinking about doing that. That was a stupid move on my part. But anyway, you know, and it's just wild about what they were talking about that they had heard, and I heard the day that I was in the restaurant. And when Mark started mentioning that, it clicked in my head. I said, I remember this from I thought 3 weeks ago, listening to these gentlemen. And I'll tell you what, if it gets that bad, we're going to be in a hell of a shape. And I voted for Trump last time. I don't mind telling anybody about it. I'm going to vote for him this time. But I don't think he'll win. They're going to cheat again, just like they did last time. Tony, over.
Yeah, Roger. They're not going to better than last time he wanted to bring swamp, but none of us had any idea how big the swamp was. The swamp is actually running the show. Our government itself it's run by a like the Men in Black. I really feel comfortable that we see us happening to be totally assassination. I did last time. I was shooting in 2022. I was called by I got called to at least the fact he's a U.S. representative, and we've worked with little political group and everything. Her office called me and said, "Hey, Tony, you need there's a poll watch." And he said, "Okay, well, what do I got to do?" And he told me to sign me something. The voting machine, so they had black things, what they call black things, what they call them. And it was underneath the voting machine. So none of these were scanned all morning long, and they were the electioneers, the office of elections were coming and picking up these ballots, and they're not supposed to touch these ballots. Those ballot boxes are not supposed to touch over anything. You can't after voting is over, and that would have been 9 o'clock at night in 2022. So anyways, I got there, they called me about around 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I got to my time post about noontime. It was downtown, and they were having a fit because I came to watch the poll. So they had a representative from the Lee Stefanik office drive over and give me a piece of paper that's going, so yes, I'm a poll watcher. And so there was no shenanigans as long as I was there. I can't say that there was before, but I know that the reports were that this is happening statewide that they were ballots. And this is a great race up here in New York for the governor's job. It's really tight, and hopefully it's expected to lose. But there was a lot of shenanigans going on there. Nobody can tell me that they accidentally got the wrong side ballot. They suddenly just went to the right side ballot, and then they started shooting machines after half a day was over. Back to the acronym for this weather and making the key. It's HAARP, Hotel Alpha Alpha Romeo. Hotel Alpha Alpha Romeo Papa. That's where you'll be able to find some information about. And you're probably going to see that know if it's a scam, this, that, and everything. Because, of course, they whether it's a while back or if they left see this, that, and other things in the business frequency. And it's a massive array of radio equipment that generates I'm not sure what frequencies they deal with or anything anymore, but anyways, it's supposedly cleaning up, and the rain comes down, and wherever they direct it to, they can direct the weather. It's a pretty scary thing. I'm glad you had the opportunity to overhear the conversation in that restaurant, and it's too bad that other people, the non-believers, don't open their minds up to it. It could be a possibility. And of course, you're not going to hear anything about anything on the news that maybe doesn't want you to hear. They want to hear it. They want you to hear their spin on it, because all the networks are run by 6 giant local corporations, and you're going to hear what they want to hear. And I don't care if it's toxins or what. They're all twisted and American these days, that government you're all corrupt. Nobody can tell me that you can make $180,000 a year, and 4 years later you're worth $40 million. What's up with that? Back to you, NA4L from KD2 DSP.
Okay, Mark, are you back? This is NA4L.
Yeah, I'm here. So let me intervene here, and thank y'all for holding the frequency very much.
10 over S9. Come on, man. God damn. 7,200 trying to shit in the handbasket. Ain't nobody got a push signal, no man. What's going on out there? CIS, Virginia Beach. It's just pitiful.
Yeah, you are pretty pitiful.
I concur with that.
You're an embarrassment to amateur radio, Jeff.
My name. What's your call? Cacao.
Who said you're a goddamn embarrassment to ham radio? Right there. It's 11 movies. Sounds like 11 movies.
I can't pick nobody out of all that noise. I know there's got to be somebody sitting down.
That signal. So, I think a lot of that is not really valid when it comes to a lot of the conspiracy theories that are out there. But again, who knows? I don't know. I just know what I've read and studied. It's RF energy, and if that's affecting it, well, then we all are with our ham radios. But you'd also have to then introduce solar activity, the electromagnetic activity, like solar flares affecting weather. And maybe they do. Maybe we don't understand it. I'll just put that in the category really of I don't know, but what I've researched, not concerned about it. I do like Joe Bastardi as a meteorologist. He used to be with AccuWeather. He's one of those Penn State educated meteorologists, and he left to form Weather Bell, and he has written a book called Weaponization of Weather. And a lot of the people I follow find favor with his conclusions. So you can look up Joe Bastardi, The Weaponization of Weather, and he dispels a lot of things. But you know, most of us remember the inconvenient truth that Al Gore popularized back in 2002. Vast majority of his claims failed to materialize, and you know, we still have ice at our poles. Mount Kilimanjaro still has an ice cap. The flooding has not happened. A lot of those things that the little girl over there in Europe was claiming, you know, that's failed to come to pass. That the world was going to end in 7 years. Well, we're almost there. So the idea of being able to control all the variables of weather for a particular outcome strikes me as a long, long way off. Maybe that's something that the computers will figure out, but we can't even forecast the weather with much more accuracy than we used to. I think forecasting has information overload. I'll give you a perfect example of it. Look at the number of tornado watches and warnings, especially warnings, that have increased, and that's because of the dual-pole Doppler radar that the National Weather Service has deployed. It's never seen a rotation that it want to scare the hell out of the public over, and what's happened is they desensitize the public. And so now when a warning goes out, you know, you can just hear the conversation. You know, Marge asking George there, George, should we be worried? Oh, no, that's just them weather people. Well, then when the real thing happens, you know, it's... So I've researched this and can tell you that according to several studies, including one by the Huntsville, Alabama National Weather Service office, of all people, you wouldn't think they would be conducting a study, and they came out to about 67% of all tornado warnings that they issued failed to produce a TOG, or tornado on ground. Now, I question that methodology, because how do they really know? Did they do some type of scan of all these rural areas and these dense forest or unforested fields? How do you really know if a tornado actually touched down? They're relying on ground truth, and ground truth comes from reports. So it's... Yeah, but I think I would start worrying when they begin to perfect forecasting a little bit better. And I was listening for you to get into the topic of geoengineering. I do believe that that's a complete hoax. The idea of using commercial jets to emit toxic chemicals in the atmosphere to control solar radiation, to cool the climate. Listen, our average temperature globally is in the 50-degree range. It's in the close to the mid. It used to be low 50s when we were all kids, and now it's gone up a couple of degrees. There have been periods in the history of the Earth where they have been able to scientifically prove the average temperature has gone over 90 degrees. So we are actually in a rather cool period as compared to what this old Earth of ours has endured. Now, did that lead to extinction of many species? Certainly. And will we find this climate to be unable to sustain human life? That may be. The old song, In the Year 2525, how many of you remember that? If man will still be alive. Replay that one. That was somewhat prophetic. But anyway, that's my take, and I'll bundle all that into the 3 words of I don't know. So it's still an open question. All right, very good. Tony, Kilo Delta 2, Victor Sierra Delta. A couple brief comments, and then let me move on, please, here on this special event. Over.
And A4L, I'm gone. Thank you, gentlemen. I've enjoyed being in the conversation. This is an A4L clear. Gone to watch football.
7-3.
Keeping in mind the part of the project, whether they deny it or what, allegedly able to pump gigawatts into focused areas, and ham radio, sorry, but can't touch gigawatts. So whether or not that has the ability to increase weather, I don't know either. Okay, I don't know about chemtrails. I do see contrails, and that was back in the 60s, and these trails that are being emitted, and I'm not saying they're coming out of commercial jets. I'm not going to go fly Southwest there, and they're all that goes along with cloud seeding and everything too that I had touched upon too. And who knows? I mean, I see a perfectly clear day out and everything. I see a bunch of inside, and that will tend to go away. They figure out these questionable things. They kind of group together and everything, and then all of a sudden you got a dark, cloudy day. Who knows? I don't know either. You were talking about Greta for a little bit and Al Gore. I grew up, and as I said, in the 60s, and in the 60s it was, we are going to freeze to death if we don't do anything about the climate and pollution and stuff like that. That didn't happen.
Just a minute, stand by. I'm gonna do me a little bong hit of my Virginia homegrown. Wait a minute, you can't operate your federally licensed radio station under the influence. But I can, because it's legal in Virginia. Down to the court to find a woman that's calling. Smells so good. I wish I could put that like a talk and smell thing so you could smell it. Last year's crawfish phenomenal.
KBI-UMI WNE.
For a lunch, a slap in my face like a knockout punch. Yeah, I was down below.
KB9UMI WO98.
Harry Nutsack, Jack Felon.
KB9 again?
No,
Yeah, I thought I heard a KB9 in there. Everybody, most people like.
There's one now.
I know is, why aren't more people inventing useful things like Mr. Bobby Ashawara, who wins our Max Headroom Product of the Month award for coming up with a little attachment you plug into your TV and it warns you that the commercial break is coming by automatically switching up your
What do you say? What do you say? Anybody out there with a relay?
my train. It's all I love to do. Yanking on my train. I yank so much one day I'm gonna run out through. From exhausted and run out of food. Yeah, get on. Mouse man. There's one now.
KR4IS, Virginia Beach.
That thing sometimes.
Anybody out there with a big radio? Yeah, are you out there? KR4IS, Virginia Beach.
The band is all over the place tonight.
Is listening for you. Call.
Beautiful.
There ain't no call sign. No call sign. Where's the big signal? Somebody's got to have a signal out there.
Well, in order to receive a big signal, you got to have a receiver.
Sign for a ham radio operator to get back to you. You busted through it all. You got a signal, man. What's your call?
Shut up.
Kilo 8, Kilo Echo Echo.
Goddamn thing can even tell the time. What's your call? He just gave it to you. Call sign.
What frequency keep getting marked on?
What's your call?
Exactly what that guy said. What's your call sign? You got a good signal, man. Instead of poo-pooing on me, why don't you just put your call sign out there, dumbass?
If you stop talking for a minute, he might.
What's your call?
Over?
I think we're experiencing a meeting ritual between two countries.
Good grief. The man asked you what your call was. You gave me a bunch of bullshit. I'm asking for your call. Hey, shut up. You got space and time, and you just sit there and be silent. All you do is say nasty things about KR4IS. Just
If the shoe fits where it's at, you gotta be the most stupid son of a bitch I've ever heard on ham radio, Joe.
7200.
It's just a band, and I got my,
Let me ask you something. Your experience in radio it appears to me to be extremely
trying to get it to 50 over.
Leave for a whole week, man. I come back and the monkey is still like I just left it.
All you need is
I told you that. Oh yeah, I see that. It's obvious. It is obvious that this is where mental illness hangs out. For some reason, there's attraction to this frequency. And I think what has happened is they first came to an annoyance for those that they kind of idolized, and then all of a sudden more and more idiots came upon the frequency, and now they have a language back and forth to themselves, and they're breeding silently.
people on 7200. They're growing like daddy feed them too much or something. You just don't.
It's like leaving coffee grounds out way too long and they're moist and they get that stuff that grows all over it. Same thing.
Kind of weird morning, man.
You know?
KR4IS, Virginia Beach.
There's like 30 people coming back to you, Jeff. But you don't want to talk to anybody. You just want to come out here and plug up the frequency. That's all you want to do. You're not out here to talk to anybody.
I'm looking for a
He's stupid.
Somebody jamming them up. Could be 40 people out there calling.
It just drives a man to smoke.
People, why ain't you
Idiot.
I can't touch them because there's a thing in amateur radio. If you can't hear them, you can't.
I really do, man. It takes me about a week to recover after talking here about 10 minutes. I'm gone for a whole week. I feel marvelous. And I'd have it, man. I turned it on there. It was on 7200 and same old shit. Todd Hill was telling everybody you hooked your
20, 30
rope up your tower and pulled it down with your motorcycle. What?
Buried in the.
I'm just telling you what was said.
200.
I ain't for sure what you said there. Something about power down motorcycle. I'm like, what? I know I didn't hear you right. Todd Hill told everybody that you pulled your tower down with your motorcycle when you was all pissed off. I'll be damned. They were all so happy that you resigned because old Rick and Alex knew they were going to get booted. But man, they were just ecstatic when he resigned, man. No, I ain't going to boot nobody. I've never booted anybody out of the group. I was asked, man, who I wanted to kick out, and I said nobody. They can have it. I think it was a wise decision.
Very wise.
Oh my God. I just heard today that you pulled your tower down with your motorcycle. I'll be damned.
I need to sell this.
I wonder how many people swallowed that one. I don't know. I heard some whoppers on this, man, and you know, most people drank the Kool-Aid.
Fancy wire.
Rick was squashing before. 4509 Rick won.
Yeah, what's your call?
Rick was killing tonight. 4509.
Oh, he's got a friend.
Yeah, what's your call? What's your call?
Oh my God, I can't take this.
I mean, the guy's talking to him, and he keeps asking the same question. That's mental illness in its most delicate form.
It's not talking to me.
But as far as resignation, that part of the fable is true.
I know it is.
Call sign.
Oh, by the way, did you make the announcement for me?
To you as an
No, I didn't have to. It was fully announced before the net started, and the net was a disaster.
Blah, blah, blah.
There were two.
To feel comfortable.
This guy that's in here right now was doing the same thing he was doing over top of the net.
Right. I like to have a call.
Well, I mean, you can't expect anything less, would you?
Oh. If you do all the Q,
I had several bets on the side. People were betting me that I couldn't keep my mouth shut.
I don't know this.
But I did, so I won, and I got a bunch of money.
I'm riding a little train that is rolling down the tracks to the judge.
Did you win a bunch of money, you say?
Forget about the kid.
Good deal. The biggest thing is you won it. Did you collect it? Yeah, it's on its way here. There you go, man. I'll split it with you.
Even more when you get...
Good grief.
That's like insider trading, isn't it? They do that in politics. And they get away with it.
You are dead. Isn't that what you guys say?
Scratch my
That's
back
what you
on
guys say.
shoes. Oh, you know the one right there?
Yeah, again.
The music guy. Oh, I hear it. You know who that is, don't you?
No,
Sean. No.
No get back.
Coming out of the Carolinas.
I can't believe my signal is so big and loud.
It's not Jay.
Even come close to popping back.
He's not in the Carolinas. Oh, yeah, this guy is. Jay. Oh, you mean Jay? No, Jay is what I'm saying. It's coming out of the Carolinas.
Just sad and pitiful.
Oh. And Sean only wishes he had a signal like that.
I think, do Morse code, man. I'm really good on Morse code.
Let Ontario come back to you then.
Probably the only way anybody will talk to you. They don't hear your stupid voice.
What's your cacao?
I think there was a bunch of guys in the advanced portion of the band that said that he used to be a regular out there, and they booted him off for the same antics. Oh, they got to talk about playing the music? They said he actually used to be a very normal guy, and something happened. I won't mention what it was. Something happened, and this is what he turned into, and this is the only place he feels that has accepted him. But the sad part about it is, we don't want him here either.
Democrat. This guy. So coming back to me as a Democrat talking lies.
See, so that proves that he can listen. That only proves that he can listen. So all the other bullshit that comes out of his mouth is intentional retardation.
And nasty. That's also typical of the Democrat. Is it about net time to get in to fire up the net?
KR4IS is the king retard for ignorant shit.
That is fact.
I mean, he is. He's the king retard for ignorant shit. I'm telling you, FCC gets these call signs down perfectly. And by the way, I'm Snoop Dogg, and that's not D-O-double-G, it's D-A-W-G.
For you earlier, and they said you was out here earlier in the day, but they ain't heard you this evening. Welcome aboard. Yeah. Well, I've been gone for a week, man. It was wonderful.
What's your call?
It's all been the same the whole time you were gone. All the fools and idiots and weird QRM and all the bullshit that they like to do.
Hello, Radio Land.
So basically the same old, same old.
Yeah, same old, same old.
That's all you had to do was mention Oris.
And that guy in Virginia Beach, he don't care if people are talking or not. He just keys up.
Well, the good thing about it is when I'm keyed up and when you're keyed up, we can hear each other.
Yeah. I can get louder if I need to be. I got to go get the other radio.
Oh, you don't need it, man. 35 over.
Yeah, you're 20 over. The noise is 9. The QRM's between 9 and 10.
Oh, man. I've had a long, long week, though. What do you think about 900 feet? 900 feet of 6-foot chain link fence.
Actually, I like that.
That's the only answer you got.
I like that kind of classical, kind of blah, 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 blah.
Why don't you shut up and listen to it then?
Yeah, shut up and listen to it then.
I don't want to listen to it. I want to call CQ and work some real amateur radio operators out there.
We'll do that on a different frequency.
Call CQ. Because the operators out here don't want to talk to you.
Situation normal.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Situation be better.
Hello, 7300.
CQ, king of retard for ignorant shit. CQ, king retard for ignorant shit. CQ, king retard for ignorant shit. CQ, king retard for ignorant shit.
What's your call?
King retard for ignorant shit.
Hey, you fellas, keep it up. I'm loving it.
Typical.
Hey, you fellas, I just love this shit. Keep it up.
7200.
That's King retard for ignorant shit.
Get him, Uncle O.
Keep it up. I'm just loving it.
That's the King retard for ignorant shit. We got the King retard for ignorant shit on the channel tonight.
Keep it up, driver. Keep it up.
I'm keeping it up. I got Viagra. Keeping it up.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Retard for ignorant shit.
Stick at you.
King retard for ignorant shit. King retard for ignorant shit.
Virginia Beach.
Yeah, Virginia Beach, man. King retard for ignorant shit.
Doing a good job. You're not doing a good job. You don't even...
Blah, blah. Hey, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? No, I don't want to hear it. India Shiro. Calling CQ.
I mean, we can make it where nobody can hear you. There's
King retard for ignorant shit. King retard for ignorant shit.
Virginia Beach, you're doing good down there, fella. Keep it up.
Yeah, that's the
That dude in Virginia Beach got about the dumbest son bitch I ever seen.
See a picture of that guy, man? He looks queer. He looks like
He's showing up an idiot. In full KWA. Fuck you guys. Shut the fuck up.
have you ever seen a picture of that guy? They had a picture of him on Facebook. He does, man. He just looks like he's a guy that was sucking.
I'm telling you, man. I think if everybody hated me that bad, I'd
going to be coming. This week is here, man. It's going to be beautiful in the mid-70s. Oh, my goodness.
while Florida's fighting 100-mile-an-hour winds and 20 inches of rain.
You realize everything was going pretty good till Virginia Beach showed up.
That's the way it usually is.
I'm wiping my eyes. The tears are falling on 7200.
I don't know if that idiot even got a letter, if it would even help the situation.
No, it wouldn't, because he's an idiot. He's just way stupid to be understood. He interfered the net Friday. I mean, he was just all about interfering the net Friday. That's that king retard for ignorant shit.
Hey, Horace, the thing you got to ask yourself, this guy has an advanced operator's class license. What does that tell you?
Oh no, he's been a ham for 50 years, man.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. Well, what does that tell you?
Tell you he's a shitty radio operator. That's what it tells you.
Exactly.
He's a shitty radio operator.
Up for a long time.
Are you a radio pussy?
You're a faggot. Shut up. You look like you'd suck a mean dick. You know that? I bet you'd suck a mean dick, wouldn't you there, Jeff? Hey, Jeff. King retard for ignorant shit in Virginia Beach. I bet you'd suck a mean dick.
Why are you talking? To me like a radio operator.
Better not give me no dough, cause you know I ain't afraid to give a bet. Fuck you, bastard. Am I afraid of them pussy? I'm just a simple little young lady. I'm afraid ain't nothing like you guys.
Looking for a big signal. Amateur radio operator out there. Clean up this 7200.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, there's a lot of warranties out there that always stop.
Man, I wonder how many kilowatts he's running right now.
There's a couple people out there. The latest one was
You're doing a damn good job.
I mean, it's gotta
It'd be nice if that tornado makes a hook and ends up right by his house.
clean up 7200. Not worry about it. They're gonna put a
I mean, I don't want nobody to lose their life over it, but it'd be nice to have him suck all of his equipment and his antenna gone, and while he's in the middle of talking, just yank it right out of his hand and just look at his stupid face.
7200.
Virginia Beach, Virginia Beach. You're killing it, Virginia Beach. Hey, God, down there, Virginia Beach, you're killing it.
You gotta have a signal. Do it again. Try it again, man. I heard Virginia Beach. Try it again.
I say if we simultaneously pray, that might happen.
I am willfully interfering with you. We think you should change. We think you should find you another frequency to go to. King retard for ignorant shit. You need to find you another frequency. You need to find you another frequency. I hope I'm walking all over top of you. I hope I'm walking all over top. You're going to hear nothing but me. Yeah, you're going to hear nothing but me there, King retard for ignorant shit. King retard for ignorant shit. He interferes with nets and all kinds of things. He's supposed to be a ham radio operator.